After I signed the record deal, I moved down to Oslo. And I did a lot of things. I got to go to the studio, travel. And I was like, this is too much. People are asking me to do stuff all the time. Boom, boom, here comes your heartbeat. I don't wanna be your friend. When I got back home, I hadn't seen like mountains in a really long time, and I realized that mountains are like a big part of what I was missing. When I walked out of the plane and it was like big mountains, I was just like, oh, okay. I'm still just little, and I'm still just like a tiny piece of a big picture. My hometown, Bardu, is a town in north of Norway. It's about 4,000 people living here. This is where I grew up. Time goes by very slow in Bardu, and people mind their own business and live in their own bubble, which is nice. Oh my God. I can't remember meeting any of my friends from here because they've always been there, so it's very like a family type of feeling, very like unconditional love. They all do their thing. We're spread. Some people moved away, some people are abroad. Then we come back here to meet at times, and that is very nice.
This is my childhood best friend, Vilja, and we've been friends since forever. It's Tiril. Hi. Also a friend of mine. Here is Ingrid. Ingrid is the party.
She's party.
The party.
I'm party. Yeah.
And here are all my friends.
And I got some friends when I moved down to Oslo who are like more, they do more like the things that I do. And it's very inspiring to see that they are doing things. My friends are very talented and very creative. I always bring my friends to just like be in my music video, and I'll be in their music video because I have some friends who do music as well. Ut januar.
Ja, men når drar du neste gang til Berlin?
Ja, Berlin på onsdag for å gjøre Colors.
Men er det i Berlin?
Faen, så gøy! Wow.
Herregud.
Ja.
Jeg gleder meg til å se deg.
Ja. Jeg kommer til å være så nervevrak. Jeg skal slippe en sang samme dag.
Skal du?
Ja.
Men hvordan sang har du tenkt å...
Det er en som heter Hold Me. Den er så sykt rolig og skikkelig sånn sårbar. Det er den jeg skal spille inn på Colors, men det er bare litt weird, fordi alle skal jo mene noe hele tiden, liksom. Yeah, I was in a meeting with Universal Music, like during the meeting, I stood in front of them and I was really emotional. I told them how I started creating things when I was really young, and I kept on doing it for my entire life with tears in my eyes. And I was like, please don't ever take that away from me. You take it away from me if you put my name on something I haven't seen. You take it away from me if you change a little bit in a caption that I wrote for a picture. Well, I said, you guys don't need to create any image for me because I don't want my image to be anything else than what I already am. So now you can finally get to do your job, which is just like to build up under an image, and I will do my job. So this is our house. Here is my little dog, my little baby. And she's a little cute baby. Yes. Here is my mom, my dad, Cute. And this is my brother, who is also very talented. He plays basketball. They're watching basketball. It's a lot of basketball in this family. And yeah. Here we have some pictures. This is my room. This is kind of like my space. I always need to have like a space. It is really important to me to have a room that I can fill with my own energy. And I don't like, normally I don't bring people into my space either. I'm very like, this is my space. So here's all my paintings, some pictures, my crystals, because I'm a little bit weird. Here is my, our piano. Used to be my mom's piano. I don't know. This piano knows all my secrets, all my, everything. Because I used to play on it when I was a kid. When I grew up, when everybody left the house, that was when I was like really going for it and like singing out all my secrets. And yeah, this piano taught me everything. Wow, I sang that so much prettier now as a 20-year-old and a 14-year-old. Damn. I guess it was just like me at the time. I was a really good girl. I had good grades. I came to like every single point. I had to be good at everything, including like how I was gonna look like, what I was gonna feel like, my appearance. Also, that was a time where it was like really popular to be like skinny. And my body is not built skinny. Like I was born to be, a little thick. But yeah, so I wanted to be really skinny. So I struggled with issues like I had an eating disorder. I had like really, really good girl syndrome. So I wrote this song back then, and now I'm like here, figuring it out. So I always felt like music was just like something I would do for the rest of my life, just not like make a living out of it and then do it all the time. You know what I give for you, what I give for my manager, she thinks I have funny responses because she can say big stuff like, oh, you're gonna play at Øya this year, which is like the festival you should play at if you're from Norway. It's kind of like a big festival in Norway. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool.
Jeg sa de kommer kontinuerlig hvert 10 minutter. Ok, kanskje vi skal vanne da, så det er sikkert. Ja. Jeg puster fri her, jeg bare...
Being confident is not like a easy thing for anybody. So I just pep talk myself. I tell myself in my head, I'm like, you're that bitch. Like nobody out there can do exactly what you do no matter what. They can be super good at something, but they're not super good at exactly what you're doing. So I just go through all of those things and then I'm just like fine. And then when I get all of that shit down, then somebody tells me to like get my back straight. I get my back straight and then we're ready to go.
Attitude og bra rygg, og det går så bra. Feel free. Ja, sant? Det er det. 100%.
Da gjør du deg klar fordi...
Ja, det er bare å gå på, sikkert.
Tror du den kan fly? I've been doing music my entire life. My mom told me a typical story that I was singing before I could talk. We've always been playing a lot of music back home. And when I was 5, I started playing the violin. And then, as soon as I could write, I wrote my song. Yeah. Here it is. I'm just gonna record a song that I wrote on my phone. And this is what I usually do. I post like songs I recorded on my iPhone. I use this app on my phone that is called like Music Studio. And when I go away, I always delete it because I'm like, Lil, you're way past this now. And then I come back home and then I have to download it again. And then I can use my teddy bear, Ted. And I just put my microphone like this. And gain the... It's hard to believe that all of this is over. How you kissed my lips the last time. My music is very me. It is playful, it's free. I don't think I fit into the typical like music business, basically, because I want to do stuff myself. I want to do weird stuff. I don't want to have any frames or limits, and I don't want to be controlled. But turns out that like that's what they want now, so I'm here for it if they're here for it. There we go. Da-da-da. Nice. And then I just put some extra tracks on. I'm good without you. To hold on to, but I'm glad you're gone. I'm glad you're gone. I'm glad you're gone. There we go. Magic trick, pan it to the side. And I was like 17 years old, I think. A woman started following me on Instagram and Facebook. And I got a text from this one friend that I had who do music. And he was like, oh my God, you're gonna get signed by Universal Music, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah. And then they asked me for like a demo after a while, and I was like, what? Like, bruh, you must be tripping. Like, I have one song recorded on my phone on SoundCloud, which was like 1 minute long, and I was like, no, this can't be real. Then it turned out to be true, and then I just decided to go for it. And that's when everyone kind of accepted, like, she's going to do music.
Anything you want to see to the masses out there on the internet?
Just do whatever you want. Like, I never thought I could do this, but everybody can do this if you just really want it. So, and not just this, like bigger things. I'm gonna do bigger things as well. It's just like steps. If you really want something, then you can do it 100%.